Today's tennis video is about doubles. Last time we talked a little bit about singles, serving, and a few other things. Our singles demonstration, you might remember we had yellow and red dinosaur playing it with a dice as the tennis ball. So today's office setup is slightly different, so let's move to our court where we actually have some players on court and in proper position to set off against each other. You have Bert from Sesame Street. Bart Simpson is the partner there. Mr. Snuffleupagus, and Mr. Snuffleupagus's partner is Maria Sharapova. I think she needs to get a brush or a comb of some sort. Anyways, but the hair salons are closed because of COVID, so that's what happens. Anyways, back to the court. Now, you can see the court looks the same, except we've got these things here. Alleys, these long rectangles on the sides. Those are used for doubles only and not for singles. Serving starts the same way. So let's say these players are in proper position. Bert's going to serve. Now the ball is this piece of gum here. So Bert serves from the right side, and he has to get it into the diagonal square here. And Snuffleupagus has to return the ball. Snuffleupagus and Maria can stand wherever they want, but Snuffleupagus has to return every serve that goes into the square on this side of the court when they're receiving, even on each side of the net until the set is over. So first serve goes to that side. Snuffleupagus has to let the ball bounce in the court, in that service court, that little box. Snuffleupagus returns the ball, and then either Bert or Ernie can hit it. Once the serve and receive happen, anyone can hit it, and of course they can stand anywhere at that point. And you don't have to let the ball bounce at that point. And the alleys, that's what these things are called. So if Snuffleupagus hits it down in the alley here, the ball is good. Not for singles, but doubles. The court's wider. Okay, so second serve. Normally what's going to happen is Maria's going to stand back a little bit, and Bart Simpson's going to go over and cover this side. Bert's going to serve from this side of the net, and Snuffleupagus comes up to cover at the net. So now we have this set up. So Bert's going to serve to Maria. Maria has to return. That ball has to go into this square here to be good. And if you miss the first one, you get a second try. Once Maria returns it, anybody can hit it. And of course, other than Bert needing to stand on this left side here, anyone can stand anywhere on or off the court. You can't stand on the other player's side on the court, but Snuffleupagus could be back, up, over here, doesn't matter, but Maria does have to return that first serve, and then you go from there. And you keep scoring is the same. It's love 15, 30, 40 game. And every odd game, you switch sides of the net. That is about the same. But there was some alternating on serving. So first serve, Bert serves. Now it's an odd game. We're going to switch sides of the net. So Bert and Bart come to the other side. Maria and Snuff come to the other side. Now Maria and Snuffleupagus serve. They get to decide who's going to serve first. And let's say Maria's going to serve first because she's a much better server and taller, of course. Bert and Bart need to decide who is going to return on the right side and who's going to return on the left, because whatever side they choose, that's the side they're going to have to keep the rest of the set until the set is over and they start a new one. So Bert's going to start on the right side. So he backs up a little bit to give himself some room. Bart comes up to the net. Maria's got the ball, and Maria's going to serve, and they play the game here. That game is over, and now we are alternating serves on your own team throughout the set. So let's say score is 1-1. Bert won his serve. Maria won her serve. Now it's Bart's turn to serve because Bert served the last game on the Bert and Bart side. So Bart goes back here to serve. Bert starts up here. Now remember who returned serve, who was on the right side and who was on the left. If you remember correctly, I think Mr. Snuffleupagus was on the right side, so he has to return the serve from the right side So that first serve has to go to him. Maria's got to stand somewhere on the left. Or she can, let's pretend she's standing, okay? So sometimes people do mix these up, but that's the rules. And Bart finishes his game, and that'll be 3 games. Let's say they win, scores 2-1. Now we switch sides of the net, go back to the other side. Bert and Bart come to this side of the net. Now, whose turn is it to serve now? If we remember correctly, Maria served the first game of their team's games, and now it's Snuffleupagus' turn to serve. So you pretty much alternate. Each one of the 4 players serves in turn, and you alternate within the teams, and you switch sides of the net at the normal time. Let's talk a little bit about strategy now. Okay, so let's get the players back in proper position. So let's have Maria serving. Now I'll put her lying down. And when she's serving, if we remember right, let's say Bert is returning from the right side. This is a good place to stand. Now, great strategy, or the best strategy in general, is keep returning the ball deep until you get a shot to put away. Same thing as in singles, but you have a narrow window to hit it through. Bert's got to hit that ball in between here, not to Snuffleupagus. You don't want to hit it to the net player. Best thing to do is hit it across the court. So return your shot over here to the deep player until you get a short ball. If you get a short ball, you come in. If you're already at the net, as you can see, some of these players are starting at the net, then you put it away if you get an easy ball. So the strategy for returning for Bert, hit it cross court, but there are 3 other strategies that are possibilities. One of them is hit it down the line, which means straight down here on the sideline, hoping you can pass Snuffleupagus and his long reach doesn't get the ball. That's not the best strategy, but it is one option, especially if some player's playing a little too close to the middle, poaching in the middle. The problem here is the net's a little higher on that side. You have less room for error, a few inches to the right, and the ball's out. And the distance between, in this large rectangle, or if you want to consider it a right triangle, counting this diagonal shot here, is the court is shorter if you hit it straight than if you hit it diagonally. So better shot to hit it cross court if you can most of the time. Third option, lob the ball over high over Snuffy's head, so he has to switch sides and Maria has to go get it. And she's not going to hit an aggressive shot, she's going to hit a defensive shot. But of course, on that lob, if you've got a tall player, if Snuffleupagus is too tall or playing back a little bit, or you hit the ball just too short, you're going to pay for it. They're probably going to hit an aggressive shot. Fourth option, and again, cross court is still best, is rip the ball nice and low right at the net player, right at Snuffleupagus. You want to hit it low and hard so it stays in, but he probably can't get a great shot. If you hit it at that player, but you hit it weak, they're going to make you pay for it as well. So you've got those 4 strategies. Cross court is always best. And that's a few preliminary rules and strategies for doubles.